Hi friend, in this video we are going to discuss about the analysis of unsymmetrical fault. In the last video we did some question based on unsymmetrical fault. In this video we will be discussing about the basic unsymmetrical fault like single line to ground fault. While analyzing these unsymmetrical fault we need to make some assumption. The first assumption will be the generated EMF system. The generated EMF system is of positive sequence only. Whatever the EMF generated on the stator winding because of the movement of the rotor, we will consider this one as positive sequence. As rotor is going to move in one direction, so whatever the EMF will be generated on the stator winding, all the R, Y and B phase will be 120 degree apart from each other. So we will consider this generated EMF is a positive sequence only. The second assumption we will make that no current flows in the network other than due to fault. That means the load currents we will neglect as zero. It means if we have fault in R phase, suppose R phase to ground fault, then IY and IV which will be act as a load current, we will consider this one as zero. And we will consider that the fault impedance is zero. If there is a ground fault, so we will consider this ground impedance will be zero. We are doing this because it will make easier for analysis of unsymmetrical fault. Here we will use some notation like ER, EY and EB, which will be the induced EMF on the stator winding, and the VR, VY and VB are the terminal potential difference. Okay. In the last video, we discussed some equation for sequential component, zero sequence component, positive sequence component, and the negative sequence component. We already derived this equation in the last video. We will use all these equation in the analysis of our unsymmetrical fault, and this were also the equation which we derived in the last video. So let us first discuss about, okay friend, this is a single line to ground fault. So this is the phasor diagram of single line to ground fault. We consider there is a fault in the R phase, and this ER, EY and EB are the induced EMF on R, Y and B phase respectively, and the VR, VY and BB are the terminal potential difference. Okay, so since we have fault here, it means this one is at zero potential, and since this is also at zero potential, since VR is potential difference across this point and this point. This point is also at 0 volt because this is connected here, and this point is also 0 volt because it is connected to here. So the VR will be 0. VR will be 0. Again, by assumption that we have fault in the R phase, so we will consider IY equal to 0 and IB equal to 0. Means IY equals to IB equals to 0. Now we will find I0. I0, as we discussed, it is 1 by 3 I1 plus I2, sorry, IR, IY plus IB. As we discussed, now let us find out the sequential component I0. I0, as we discussed before, it is equal to 1 by 3 IR plus IY plus IB. This will be equal to 1 by 3 IR because IY and IB is 0 for single phase to ground fault. Same for I1, this one will be equals to 1 by 3 IR plus alpha IY plus alpha square IB. This is the same equation which we derived earlier. So again, this IY and IB is 0, so this will also become 1 by 3 IR. Again, I2 equals to 1 by 3 IR plus alpha square IY plus alpha IB. This will also becomes 1 by 3 of IR. So with these three equations, we came to know that for single phase to ground fault, the zero sequence component is equal to the positive sequence component is equal to the negative sequence component, and this will be equal to 1 by 3 of IR. Again, we have find out here that in this closed loop, in closed loop, NR, and suppose this is earth fault, NR En apply Kirchhoff's voltage law. Okay, so what we will find, this ER will be equal to IR into internal impedance plus VR. Since IR is the summation of the sequential component and VR is equal to 0, so we can write ER equals to I0Z0 I1Z1 plus I2Z2 and VR is equal to 0. Again, I0 equals to I1 equals to I2. Therefore, ER equals will be I0 Z0, I1 will be again I0 Z1 plus I0 Z2. We will take I0 common here, then we can say that I0 equals to ER Z0 Z1 plus Z2, or since I0 equals to 1 by 3 of IR, this implies that ER equals to Z0 Z1 plus Z2. This implies that IR equal to 3ER Z0 plus Z1 plus Z2. Here we can see that we can analyze one circuit from this equation, that we have one circuit where the source voltage is 3ER and the internal impedance is Z0 plus Z1 plus Z2 and the current flowing through the network will be IR. You can see the same equation we can relate with this network circuit. This is 3ER and this is Z0, Z1, Z2 and the current will be flowing through this IR. Okay, so this is what we want. Our main aim was to simplify this phasor diagram into a single network circuit. Now we are going to find out what will be the voltage what will the terminal voltage of Vy and Vb. Already we found that the terminal voltage of the R phase will be 0. So before finding out this terminal voltage Vy and Vb, we will find out the sequential voltage. Okay, as we discussed before, that the generated EMF will be only positive sequence. So for each then the zero sequence induced EMF will be 0, negative sequence induced EMF will be 0, and the positive sequence induced EMF will be equals to ER. Okay, so from this we can say that our positive sequence terminal voltage means the terminal voltage at the fault. What we can say that this is V1, it should be equal to ER minus I1 Z1, or ER minus I1 we already found out before that it is equal to ER Z0 plus Z1 plus Z2 into Z1. If we relate this one, it will come as Z0 Z2 Z0 Z1 Z2 into ER. Okay, again we can find V2 is equal to, now we don't have any negative sequence induced EMF, so it will be 0 minus I2 Z2, right? So this I2 again, since I0 equals to I1 equals to I2, so again this I1 was ER divided by Z0 plus Z1 plus Z2, then again E2 will be ER Z0 plus Z1 plus Z2. This will be on the minus side, this is Z2, okay, and V0 will be, again we don't have any zero sequence induced EMF, so it will be 0 minus I0 Z0. This will be again equal to ER Z0 plus Z1 plus Z2 into Z0. Now friend, as we discussed that VR is 0, VR was 0, so we can prove this one as VR equals to V0 plus V1 plus V2. If we summate all these one, since V1 was V0 is Z0 plus Z1 plus Z2 into ER, and V2 was minus Z2 Z0 plus Z1 plus Z2 into ER, and V1 is Z0 plus Z2 Z0 plus Z1 plus Z2 into ER. If we summate this one, it will come as 0, because if we take ER common, again it will be Z0 plus Z2 on the minus side, and this one is on the plus side. So if we cancel this one and this one will be cancelled out, and it will come as 0. Again we have all the component V1, V2 and V0. We can find Vy equals to, as we discussed before, this Vy was V0 plus alpha square V1 plus alpha V2. We can put the value of V0, V1 and V2. We can easily find out the Vy, and Vv will be V0 plus alpha V1 plus alpha square V2. So this was all about the single phase to ground fault, how we can simplify a complex phasor diagram into a very simple diagram in order to find out the terminal voltage and the fault current. Thank you.